Hello everyone, I'm Chris Mazzillo, somethingson. No really, that's what I called myself in the game. And this is a review of Persona 5. Well, wouldn't you know it, it's yet another game that I've been waiting to come out for fucking several years. Seems like it's going to be a fairly good couple of years in that regard. Persona 5 is the next game in the Persona series, which in of itself is a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series, which also has a load of other spin-offs in varying other names and it's a JRPG from Atlus, of which comes from a fairly decent franchise that's been previously very well recognised and highly regarded. Persona 5 is no different, and to be honest, it's rather difficult to work out where to really start when talking about the game. So, why not let's start at the beginning? Or is it? You're the main character. Imaginative, I know. And also the leader of a troupe of phantom thieves, gentlemen thieves in a similar style to that of Arsène Lupin or Robin Hood. You and your cohorts use your magical powers, yes, magical powers, to try and reform the corrupt society in which they live in, filled with evil and corrupt adults, and you just go about disrespecting authority. Yeah, fuck the police. No, that doesn't go in there. This is where things start to get a little weird. The way you go about doing this is by breaking into someone's mind palace and stealing their treasure. You basically go into their head, go through a dungeon that is the embodiment of their personality and cognition of the world around them, and try and steal their treasure, heart, or desire of some form, that which embodies the very thing that led them down this corrupt path of greed, manipulation, and cruelty. It sounds weird, yes, but it's really cool and good. The game opens with you right in the midst of a heist, fleeing from the scene, having been split up from the rest of your team as you try and escape persecution. There's also some sweet music. But wouldn't you know it, things don't quite work out as you want them to do. As they are off to do, and you find yourself in police custody, undergoing an interrogation of some form. That's right, most of the game is actually a flashback of some form, as you tell your police interrogator what you did every single day, right down to the gritty details of what you ate on certain days, and the random questions that arose in class.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun with you. Now, I want you to talk, so tell me, how did you commit those heists?
In the morning of my class, my teacher had called on me to identify which lines in this diagram lined up. Do you know which lines line up? Your story actually starts with you moving into Tokyo itself, having had to move due to some legal issues over an alleged assault. You're starting out as a new school, and once again, things go slightly awry as your way to school, you find yourself into a weird castle being hounded by a man in his underpants. It's here that you finally awaken to your persona, and thus, magical powers. I'm a phantom thief now. They all wear masks. Persona 5 doesn't exactly hold any punches when it starts out. The very first target and story chunk is based around an abusive PE teacher who's physically abusing his students and his teams, and it's even heavily implied that he actually rapes a girl, which then leads her to try and commit suicide by jumping off a building. I mean, Jesus, it's intense. It's not a fun romp through a castle that you're hoping for. It's dark and rather punches you in the gut even. So starts your journey as a phantom thief, targeting one individual after another in their unjust ways, changing their hearts and thus forcing them to confess their crimes and corrupt natures, all while blending into society as a standard high school boy with objectives such as don't stand out, you dummy. With each new target, your party increases in size, from fellow classmates and school friends to the wonderful and gallant and the best boy Yusuke, and even a cat that talks that you put in your bag. Looks like the cat's out of the bag now. Anyway, there's also a bunch of other side characters which exist in the game in the traditional Persona sense, in the form of your confidants. These are characters of which you form a bond with and watch them grow and help them through this difficult time and let them learn a life lesson of sorts as you grow together and form this social link and bond of friendship. A lot of these characters are really cool and have interesting stories, like the politician who's desperately trying to stand to his principles and make it in the political world, despite all the slogans and smear campaigns and backstabbing that he has to face. No, not that one. Or you've got this hot mafia dad who just wants to get out of the business. Or this cool and hot punk doctor who, well, you know, she's really cool and has nice calves.
You must have had accomplices. Tell me who they were.
Well, where do I start? First there was this doctor who gave me a very thorough investigation.
Oof, that's a little steamy.
I guess I'll start off by examining your eyes. I'll just have to take my time examining you.
Then my teacher, she gave me some very private lessons, if you catch my drift.
So, as someone who went from being my master to my boyfriend, do you have any requests for me? I'll obey them, you know, even though I'm no longer a maid. Here, by all means. Looks are so deceiving.
Not to mention there are so many other girls who just got all up close and personal with me.
Leave it to you. Should I close my eyes?
Maybe we could study some things we don't have experience in yet.
When you're not walking around town talking to people, or having a bath, or batting at the cages, or doing just about 30 other things that take up your time, you also do a whole lot of thieving, with turn-based combat no less. And this is kind of where some of my few complaints actually turn up. And it's not due to the turn-based combat in of itself, because it's wonderful and works really well. Instead, it's down to these instant death moves that enemies possess. Skills which have just a set percentage to instantly annihilate whomever they target. And once your main character dies, well, that's it. Game over. While it's not as punishing as previous Persona games, and that you can restart the boss battle again if it were one, or maybe even go back to a previous save frame we've been in, it can still be really annoying because there's literally nothing you can actually do about them. Also, voice lines. I hope you like hearing the same voice line over and over again, because sadly in combat, they recorded about one line for each thing.
You're mine.
Looking cool, Joker!
Ravage now.
Looking cool, Joker!
Persona. There.
Looking cool, Joker! Looking cool, Joker!
Ooh, looking good, Joker. That said, the combat is still delightfully fun, and going through the dungeons acts as this wonderful break from hanging out with your hot anime girlfriends or boyfriends. Well, hot anime male friends, because you can't have any relationships with them. But you also famously do combat with various gods and mythical creatures from across the globe. As you get stronger, you increase your deadly arsenal with greater and greater divine creatures until you're basically just summoning Satan.
Nature's you.
But yeah, Persona 5 is a wonderful game. It's full of style and sweet music and wonderful characters and chock-a-block full of just things to do to occupy your time. And there's literally barely enough time in the year that you play to actually get most of this done, and your cat keeps telling you to go to sleep and when it's your bedtime. In my first playthrough, I managed to put over 100 hours into the game, and to be honest, I didn't regret or get bored of a single moment of it. And that, I think, is quite the achievement.
Cower in fear and watch!
Anyway, I should probably take this off now, Who knows? I might even get like a cool persona or something. Oh god. Anyway, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Sure, why not? And check out the description for more written reviews, such as that I wrote, and also maybe check out some of my other videos I did about Persona 5.